think it ain't good because oh, it don't let you just click on it from there?
Once you put them on, sent it to me.
Clear history first.
Oh, it's giving me an error too. Oh, I'm gonna send you a new one. What's up, y'all?
We having a little issue.
Nah, it's really the technology, y'all. It's never me. I'm doing exactly what the technology be telling me to do.
So it's never me.
Yeah, I don't add no cut on it. I don't be trying to shortcut. I do it just like how it tell me to do it. It's really the technology, y'all. But what's going on? How y'all doing? Welcome to another episode of Mirror Conversations.
I'm telling you.
I am your co-host, Lanier Gasoline. People call me Smoke. People call me Gas. If you see me in the country a couple weeks ago, people was probably calling me Junior. So just disregard, man. They are my names. They are names that I go by. I didn't make any of these up. They were given to me. So we definitely appreciate y'all for stopping by.
Always. We're here once again, man. Last week we had problems when it came to trying to get the video up and trying to get the video out. Smoke was traveling. I was trying to set it up. We did a whole bunch of stuff, but we're back now, and the engineer is back home, so he can get everything done. So we are back with it today. With the banging topic, with the banging topic.
It's cool. So yeah, we got the topic as y'all can see, or maybe I can't see. But anyway, Lamont actually came up with this, and it's called The Truth Behind Table Talk. What men are actually asking women. Now, since he got out of the camera, let me just tell y'all for the record, right? As a young man growing up within the urban community or whatever community you grew up in, I was always taught that the best place to learn about a woman is from a woman.
It's from a woman. I agree with you.
And most dudes who I knew that had older women while growing up, it's like they got like a how I could say it, they got like a cheat code. You know what I'm saying? When it came to dates and sexual things. If you was 16 and you had a girl that was 20, 18, 19, which now you know it sounds kind of unheard of, but I did have friends who had 25-year-old girlfriends as a teenager. And I just feel like those women were better at expressing themselves. At 14, 15, 16, even 17, women or your equal peers of women, they ain't give you no game, bro. They rarely even talking when y'all used to be on the phone. Thank God for texting. Because if it wasn't for texting, a lot of y'all would not have nothing to say.
I agree with that. I definitely agree with that.
But like
wholeheartedly.
Yeah, as far as good dates, what flowers you should get, you got to get that from a woman. Don't be asking your homeboys what kind of flowers I should get this Valentine's Day. I'ma just be honest with you. So that's just like what I thought when he had sent me the topic or whatever. I was just really like, damn, this is true. Like, men have to really communicate with women. We have to find out if what we doing pleases the woman. We have to kind of find out if just stuff that's going on, if it's the right thing to do, you know, if the woman likes it, even sexually. Some of us were brought up on porn and Wesley Pipes and Lexington Steel.
Hey, Smoke, you talking too much.
only to find out that the women in porn were unhappy.
Yeah.
Have y'all been seeing the old porn stars like from back in the day, like doing interviews and stuff? How they telling you, like, if you look at scene 609 of Booty Talk, I was so uncomfortable. And now we realize it. The men who was teaching us about sex, the women ain't really like it.
They did.
So, you know, and as far as feelings and women, man, we absolutely got to communicate with women more, and women have to communicate with us. Did the second link work?
We still trying to get it to work. Yeah, it don't work.
It worked?
Yeah.
All right. It probably because I wasn't on. Or I might have wrote it wrong. So it was technical difficulties. It could have been my fault, guys. I can't really say for sure. But anyway, we do have a special guest courtesy of the Mirror Conversations podcast. We got somebody joining us.
Yeah, we got somebody joining us live, Tamika.
And it's a pleasure.
Bog Allen, man, and it's a pleasure to have you here with us, man, to get a woman's perspective of what we are talking about. What are we really saying when we say, what do you bring to the table? Like, what's your honest opinion as a woman to...
Hold on, did you introduce her? Because I ain't got her on stage yet. Oh, that's the introduction?
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Welcome, Miss Tamika B. Hello.
Hi guys, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
We appreciate you for stopping through, because you know when we be up here, they say we don't have no women.
No action, no women, but
they say we don't have no women up here.
Tell us your honest opinion of what are men saying when they say, what do you bring to the table?
For me, when I hear that question, I perceive that as a man asking, what value do you add to my life? And I can say that as someone who was previously married and with my spouse for 14 years. What value do you add to someone's life? And not just material things. Have you ever seen a guy and you're like, man, he's nice looking, and then you see the chick he's with and you're like, yeah, what is that? We listen and we don't judge, but that's just human response, right? There's something about that woman, even though she may not be physically attractive in your opinion, but she adds some value to that man's life, and he's happy. And so that's where he chooses to be.
Wow, that's a thing, because just like women be sitting thinking, what is that? That's what men be thinking.
What is that?
She like suckers, man. because we ain't judging them by the way they look, but it's like, all right, this I would take I would give an example of this, right?
Say it one more time.
Sometimes you meet someone and you talk to them, you be like, damn, man, she cool.
Yeah.
She's super cool, man. And then you might, maybe you work with her, or maybe you go to school with her. And then when you actually see her, you be like, hey, what's up, man? Oh, I'm good. This is my boyfriend. Oh, hey, what's up, buddy? And you looking like, damn, she must be a square.
Hey, so I'm gonna totally disagree with you, Smoke, on a different aspect.
Okay.
And the reason I'm gonna say that, because the way I've changed over the years in my life, I bet people be out there saying the same thing about me. Oh, he is square, like you just said, but I don't think it's that. I let people be people, and that's what I've been seeing, allowing people to be people. And if that's what a man or a woman like, I just leave it like that, and I take it for what it is. So I honestly say, if they like it, I love it. That's how I feel, because like, you really don't know what suits people or what is for people, because you're not those people. You get what I'm saying? So
No. You're mad because he didn't let you play. But you invited us first. You invited us first. He's mad because I kicked him because Hey, I'm stuck. I'm playing. I'm doing games.
So together to the table, not just being at the table and just being there and living off of me or going off of my energy, because eventually, sooner or later, my energy is gonna give up because you're not bringing anything to the table and you're not bringing something that's value to the table. So that's my
I mean, have you really asked that question before? Have you really asked somebody like what you bring to the table?
I haven't, but you gotta understand, I was married for 13 years.
Wait,
Yeah.
go right now.
I never presented that question. Like,
Neither.
I never said, what are you qualified to do?
Yeah.
I mean, I just like, if you meet a woman and she have like certain characteristics that you would want. First, let's break that down. Before me personally, before a man asks a woman, what do you bring to the table? A man should be asking himself, what do I need a woman to bring to the table?
Yeah.
Don't let your first time ever thinking what you want a woman to bring to the table is it coming out of your mouth and you asking someone. You know what I'm saying? I feel like men should already have. I mean, if you're looking for a significant other, I mean, a lot of us came up together. You know, we was broke with our partners, and so really, all we wanted to bring to the table was a chair. We were still setting the table up.
We were still setting the table up. I told you.
And so, but now, if you're single in this age, you should already be walking around like prep talking to yourself. Okay, I need a woman. She got to smell good. I need her to at least have a 401k. I can't afford 2 medical insurance. She got to at least be able to go to the doctor. I mean, you know. I mean, I don't know, man, but I think like men should be asking themselves that first.
Yeah,
You know,
always
before you present it to a woman, because a lot of these women smart. Statistics show.
Nah, it does, and the way I think about
They
it,
got an answer for you.
Like, how could you ask somebody else what do they bring to the table when you ain't together and you ain't got nothing at your table?
Wait, hold on. But listen though, if you're a man and you ain't got nothing at your table besides this opportunity to be with a woman, there's nothing wrong with that. But you should still expect.
Yeah, I agree.
For this, I don't care if I'm a janitor somewhere. If that's what I'm doing, janitoring, and I want you to have your stuff together, I should be able to say, yeah, you know, I'm a janitor for Morehouse, but you need to have your shit together if you want this.
But that goes back to a conversation. That goes back to a conversation that I was having today. I have took all expectations out of people. Like, I don't expect nobody to do anything. Like, I hold myself accountable for my own expectations. Like, I'm going to give you an example of Smoke. I can't expect you to come and do anything outside of what you do pertaining to your life. Like, the minute I expect you to do something, even though I know you probably won't, but disappointment is still there. Like, the opportunity of disappointment is still there. Like, I can't expect you to do something, and then when you don't do it, I'll be upset.
All right, so let me just
speak
on that, because I think people might take that and run.
No, they should.
Nah, because it's all right to be disappointed in someone.
Okay.
But that shouldn't make you angry. Right now, I think that people, how can I say this? Because it's good and it's bad. But I really think that people are too emotional.
I agree.
Like, I was telling my kids that the other day, like, you can't, it's to the point we raising kids who you can't say no to.
I agree.
Kids who sit in the room on the game 3 or 4 days and don't take a bath, you can't peek your head in there, boy. Wash your ass, man. Get in the shower, wash your ass, boy.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? I got boys, I got girls too, but I mean, they be in the room, they be playing, they might jump outside for a little while, come back in, lay up on, hey, bro, what we is gonna do, man, we gonna watch them nuts in here, man. All right. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, I definitely agree.
Hold on. Sorry, y'all. I got
every Smoke got people want to jump in on the conversation.
So yeah, I mean, if you expect me to be a genius and I turn out to just be regular, you could be disappointed, but it shouldn't make you upset. I feel like nowadays people always get upset. We should be able to have like disagreements, and you should be able to check me without really getting upset. So disappointment shouldn't lead into like you being upset.
So Smoke, if I can jump in right here, I think this
Yes,
goes
go
back
ahead.
to the point earlier where you talked about, again, what do you bring to the table? The first time you're thinking about that or processing that should not be when you're trying to date someone. So I'm not saying that I speak for all women. However, I am an educated Black woman. So I have a standard, right? There's certain things that I have my own house, I have my own car, multiple cars, I have 5 college degrees. This is what I bring to the table. Not only that, but I'm a bomb chick. I can hang out with you in the boardroom and have intelligent conversations with the PhDs and the MDs and the DMPs. And I can still hang out with you and your boys and go to a basketball game or play spades. So when I hear that question, I feel like in my 20s, I was okay with building with someone. Now that I am in the prime of my life, you got to come to the table with something as well.
But let me ask you a question. What if you really care for that person and see that person, you see a future with that person, but that person doesn't have anything, but that person is willing, that person is coachable, that person is a hard worker, and also that person is open to change. So with all of those qualities that a guy, like you said, could have, so you don't give him a chance because he doesn't have nothing at the time?
I don't say that. That's not what I'm saying wholeheartedly. In my 20s, I'll work with you because, again, I had nothing either. We're building together. But if you don't have your stuff together in your 40s, that's a whole different conversation. I think so many educated Black women that are looking for life partners, we spend so much time. I'm not trying to build somebody at this point. What do you bring to the table? This is who you are. I either accept you or I don't.
Oh, okay. I'm glad. Yes, I've been waiting for this. I've been waiting for
My whole
this.
chest smoke.
Here go Kung Fu Jesse. All right, listen to this. And I'm just playing devil's advocate. You know what I'm saying? I don't think no one should lower their standards, and I don't think no one should accept anything that they don't want to accept.
I agree.
So for Tamika, just for the sake of saying, right? Let's say you are in your 40s, you got it together. You meet a man who does not. And let's just say you like him. He's cool. You know, and you have enough to take care of you and him. Why would what he has, because let's say he's religious, he's all about building himself up. I don't really know why his job situation may be in limbo. But if he makes you happy and he's a cool guy and you can actually be with him, besides the fact that maybe he can't keep a job, maybe he's not as educated as you, maybe he has a record, but when he's with you, you smile, you laugh, he's loyal, he's not one of these cheating ass guys, you can deal with him. And you would say, hey, I ain't gonna lie, you cool, man, you know? I might mess with you, but I ain't gonna lie. I need somebody that make a little bit more money. Because the statistics show that most women ain't gonna find a man who's handsome, who got it together, who's able, you know, whose things still circulating. He don't have erectile dysfunction. That's a thing. That's a thing.
It is.
I mean, we just gotta say, I work at the VA. I see people come in there. I know what type of medication they be getting.
Smoke crazy.
And I know what other, especially if you got high blood pressure, you got diabetes, that leads to side effects, and the side effects leads to side effects. So you wouldn't date a man who checked off everything on your box. I mean, on your your checklist?
My checklist.
But maybe he was not as successful as you wanted him to be. Maybe you had to build him up a little bit.
I have been there and I have done that. And I've invested 5 years with someone. And guess what? At the end, I still got to the point where I had to say, this is enough because we're not aligned. When I say had nothing, nothing. Coming out of jail, like I was the good girl, was married, I did all that. And I said, you know what? I'm gonna date a bad boy. I'm gonna date somebody who's just raw, uncut. And I invested 5 years with that person. And it still got to the point where I had to say, I'm done. I'm done. And after that experience, and after pouring into somebody for 5 years, I'm like, I'm not doing that again, ever. So my lived experience has been that if someone doesn't come to the table with something, and not just physical things, right? Everybody can talk a good game and say what they want and say, I'm going to do, and I'm going to be the man that you need me to be, and I'm going to grow, and I desire these things. But unless you're doing the work, I'm not. I don't need a man boy. I'm not here to raise anybody. I'm not here to build anybody up. At this age and at this stage in my life, I know my worth and I know my value, and you have to add value to my life. I always tell my girlfriends that a man is an accessory, not a necessity. He has to add value to my life. He has to augment what's already there.
Okay, so all right, so check it, right? And I do appreciate, you opening up. So can I ask a question, if you don't mind? So I don't really want to make it personal, but if we can have a testimony, this is just something I'm curious about. So the man that you actually had, did he check off all the boxes, or were you kind of because a lot of times we run into a guy and just because it's new, we getting to know each other. I don't think that you should be with a person like that. If it's y'all getting to know each other and he has nothing, I don't think you should just be like, oh, well, you check off all the boxes, you good. Nah, just really see. Yeah, if he don't have nothing and you are the primary source of income, he definitely has to treat you good. You know what I'm saying? He has to have things that you want that mean more than money.
Absolutely.
So I was just asking, did this person, was what they giving you and what y'all had, did he meet those characteristics that outside of the money?
We were childhood friends. So I look beyond how he was judged by society because I knew him. I felt like I knew him as a person, right? I feel like I know the real you. You made a bad decision, and that is the hand that you've been dealt. But I felt like I know who you are, and I know the potential that you have. So let's give this a shot. All you do is you basically become a placeholder for that person. One of the most hurtful things that was said to me was that I'm controlling. I'm like, I'm not controlling. I'm trying to, again, the man is the head, I'm the neck. I'm trying to help you be the best version of yourself, right? I'm trying to help you build your credit. I'm trying to help you be fiscally responsible. I'm trying to help you get caught up on the time that you've missed out, right? So I have certain knowledge and life experience that you didn't have. But when I try to share that with you, it was perceived as being controlling. Just for that person to, you put in all that work, they move on with somebody else. I'm like, that's cool because you didn't realize my value. You're not my person. Doesn't mean I don't care about them. Wish them all the best. But I would not ever do it again.
Okay, I got you. I can truly understand that. So in the state of mind that you in on getting burnt that one time, that's you setting expectations on yourself, correct?
Yes.
All right, so I agree with that. So my next question, in your honest opinion, what should women be asking men in return of the question, in that question when it comes up of what do you bring to the table? What should women be telling men?
I would ask the same question. How would you add value to my life? As I said earlier, man is an accessory, not a necessity. What value do you add to my life? I can take care of myself. I pay my own bills. Would it be nice to have somebody take care of me? Absolutely. Right? But especially as Black women, we've had to have this strong persona, not by choice, but because our circumstances have forced us to become the breadwinners. We're head of the household. Right? Our circumstances have forced us there. So what value does a man add to my life? I'm not a person, I'm a planner, for example. I'm not the most spontaneous, hey, let's pack a bag, I'm going somewhere for the weekend. right? But if I had a partner that on Friday get home from work, they say, come on, let's go. That's adding value to my life, right? Quality of life.
I agree. So with me, hold on.
I had to say something. I had to say something. Why do you feel like a man is not a necessity? When did we get there as human beings that a man is not a necessity? Can you imagine, right? And I know the women gonna get on me, but some shit only women can say.
I
ain't gonna lie, some shit it's only made for the female gender. Can you imagine working with a man? Or matter of fact, your waiter. Let's say you got a young Puerto Rican waiter. He comes up to you. You're like, "Oh, you're handsome," and he says, "Yeah, but you know, I don't need no woman, man. A woman's not a necessity."
It's rare you hear that from a man.
You probably will look at him and be like, "Nigga,
he's gay.
You don't need a woman." Can you imagine a man saying, "I don't need a woman," or just the thing, "I don't want a woman. I'm single by choice." Stuff like that. Can men even say that? If a man says that to a woman or in a crowded room, period, bro, people is going to look at this person and be like, hey, I think dog a little. Yeah, so I mean, you know, and I just was commenting because I think we really gotta it's two things that I noticed like in the recent times is that it's cool for women to not like involve the dad. Like I be hearing a lot of women say, you ain't gotta call your daddy. Damn. No. You know what I'm saying? That has become the norm. Oh, you ain't gotta deal with your daddy. I got you. But damn, you know, and I don't need a man. Why? I don't know. I don't know when it came, you know, like cool to not need a man. And for all you successful women out there, you don't need a man. Who you gonna spend your money on?
Hey, man.
Who you gonna spend your money with? If you single, you got kids, you going to girls trip. One of them broke, you treating them.
Facts.
You couldn't treat me. You out here with 5 women. 3 of y'all work. The other one married, and her husband paid for her trip. And one of them, she just blowing whichever way to win. You could have had a man with you.
Mo, there's a difference between want and need. I never said I don't want a mate. I don't want a man. It's that I don't need. There's a difference. Need is I can't survive. So because of, let's talk about it.
Yeah, let's talk
because of, let me begin by I love my kings. Okay. Love a black brother. Especially one that takes care of the household.
We needed something.
There's nothing like a black man. There's nothing like a black man, right? They feed my soul.
Ooh.
Right?
That's a word.
That's a word.
Hallelujah.
But because of the circumstances in terms of our brothers not being serious, not having their stuff together, being incarcerated, being gay, that number is just dwindling and dwindling and dwindling. And if we were waiting on them to survive as Black women, we wouldn't. So we've had to adapt, right? We've had to adapt in order to survive. So now I realize, okay, I don't need one to cut the grass. I go out and I push the lawnmower or I hire somebody. I do what I need to do. But do I want one there? Absolutely. I want to be soft. I want to be feminine. I want that Black man to be my covering. So I just do what I do in the meantime because I'm in survival mode.
I mean, as a Black man, we don't want y'all women to feel like we don't know what y'all go through. As a Black man who made mistakes, and there's probably a woman out there who's saying, my ex-smoke is the reason why I ain't fucking with you niggas no more. I get it. But you know, I guess as a man, it just feels like it feels discouraging. Like when a woman, you know, I got daughters, you know, sisters, aunties, cousins, all that. So when you hear a woman say, I don't need no man, even not to get like too serious and sentimental, but we got a lot of our black queens um dying alone.
Yeah.
I actually, believe it or not, actually looked into that. The statistics, not even for all women, because mommy around the corner, the Spanish lady, she's not dying alone. You know what I'm saying? But black women, those who die from old age and stuff like that, dog,
Mhm.
they be dying alone. So, I do understand. But women, everybody watching this, all the women, how about this week, right? You just say, I need a man. I mean, if you could do everything on your own, fine. But next time you with your girlfriends and the single one talk about some girl, I don't want to mock y'all. Whatever y'all say, just jump in, somebody, anybody, except a
Well,
dead
I,
woman,
I agree with Tamika.
and
Like
say,
she
I need a
said,
man. Okay.
we don't need, we want them. We do want men. We do want y'all around. We do want to be with y'all. But we need y'all? Just like y'all don't need us.
Hold on.
No,
Hold
no,
on.
whoa,
We,
time
we,
out.
we need
We
women.
need
We
we
ain't never
I
said
need.
we ain't never said
I'm
we
Hold
don't
sorry,
on.
need
but
women.
I think Chris was
I'm not gonna
talking.
say y'all per se, but men have made us uh feminine and masculine at the same time as women.
Mhm.
That's why we feel like we don't need y'all because y'all have presented that to make us be masculine on some levels and be
Mm.
feminine on some levels.
Hold
Okay,
on.
so
And I
I
want
have
to
a
cut you off.
question.
Oh, that's
Uh
Chris.
huh.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, I have a question.
Uh huh.
In regards to you saying that men, women don't need men, or we've put y'all in a position to kind of be masculine. Is it the fact that the man that you want, you don't, or the man, well, the type of man that you, not saying need, but that you need in your life to be that man for you, you don't give him the time of day because you want the man that you want?
So do that falls back on when y'all was talking about women not liking lames and we go for certain type of guys? I
Yeah.
mean, because me personally, the only way that I would feel safe in saying, okay, I need a man, I want a man, is if I had men in my life that were leaders, people that I can actually depend on. Somebody I don't have to think twice about. Oh, he got this. I ain't got to double check or go behind him. Those are the type of men that we want. We're
Okay,
not.
so hold on.
Amen, sis.
Nah. I totally agree with your point of view and what you are saying. And Chris, I think he made a good point.
Chris made a great
I
point.
think he made a good point, and I do want to say that's a female statement again, because women can say, "Oh, I had to be masculine and feminine at the same time." That's cool. I ain't gonna lie, a man can't say that. Even me being a man with daughters, I can't really take on the feminine role. And I kind of want to tread lightly because I don't want to take up for no men who have not stood up when it was time to stand up and
Hey,
handle
Smoke,
up
that's their choice.
But
on
no. This is
a good
wait. I do
woman.
want to say this.
All right.
I don't think that we want to be the masculine person, but we tend to, as women, go into survival mode. When we feel like, okay, this is not being done, our needs are not being met, men not doing what they need to do, we go into survival mode because that's how most women are. Okay, since I don't have a man around or this man ain't doing what I need him to do, I gotta do that as not just a woman, but as a person to keep the flow going for the whole entire family. We just
Right,
go into survival mode.
right,
I
and
would
I
like to
get
chime
that.
in.
Oh,
Go
go
ahead.
ahead, Chris. That's you,
It,
Chris.
it it's a two-way street, right? In my opinion. And this is just my perception of it. I'm being everything that you may need or want in a person.
Mm-hmm.
Are you being everything that I need and want as a woman and a partner?
I can't speak for every woman, but for most women, if a man is doing what needs to be done as far as being a leader, being everything that this woman wants you to be, women naturally fall into submissive mode.
I ain't gonna lie,
Naturally
I
fall
Amen.
always
into
hear that.
submissive
I
mode.
always hear that. But
But part of being a man, in my opinion, also, women say I want a man to lead, but there are certain things in certain situations, scenarios, experiences in life where recognizing that this person is a man is allowing him to step back and allow you to lead, because this may be your field of expertise, or what you know, or what you've done. I may have done it, but the way that I'm doing it may not behoove myself and or the family. It just makes sense to me because this is the way that I've done it for so long.
Right. See, this is the thing. I don't know if y'all ever caught the conversation that we had a couple of weeks ago about that. And it's like sometimes Tamika might have been on there. I'm not sure. But we talked about this before where men may be leading and a woman may say, hey, you should do it this way or you should do it that way. And then they take it as if we're trying to tell them what to do. And like you
But
just
it's not
said,
about what
but
you
you just
say,
said,
it's how you say it. If you're coming, okay, so if I say by the way, what's your name?
Dawana,
Dewana. If I say, hey Dewana, give me $50, you gonna
I'm going to
ask, you
give
gonna
you what?
start asking questions.
Right.
Now if I say, hey, can I have $50, you're more than likely going to do it. Or if I walk out the house and say, hey babe, I'll be right back, you might just say okay. But if I say, I just walk out the house, it's like, oh babe, where you going? It's like, dang, you always questioning me, and it's how you say things. Let me ask you
Right.
this also, Dewana. Do you have brothers?
Yes.
How many brothers?
I have two, but I have one now because one of my brothers passed away, but I had two. Hmm.
Okay, I challenge every woman that's listening or here right now to just send your brother $25 for lunch this week.
Mm.
Hold on. Okay, hold on.
Joanna.
I don't know. Maybe Smoke can attest, but I've always taken care of my brother, right or wrong, Smoke.
yeah. I mean, I do have something I want to comment on. We
I
not gonna
always take care of my brother. I
yeah,
always
let's buy
send
the
him
brothers
money. I
lunch.
always look
Everybody
out for him.
listening, buy your brother some
I
lunch.
hope my
I
sister
call
get
I
brothers out
call
there
him up and
listening.
be
They
like,
gonna be
"Hey, I
fine.
cooked today. Come get you a plate." I do that. So that's always been me though.
Right. But the one I do want to comment on something that you said as well is something that I hear all the time. And I think that men, we just need to start addressing some of this stuff. Okay, a lot of times women say, and that was a great point too, Chris. Appreciate it. Um, a lot of times women say we had to go into survival mode. And I hate to tell y'all this, man.
I know what I'm about to say.
But men have been in survival mode since the beginning of time.
But we're not discrediting that. That's the thing. Nobody said that.
Yeah,
We
but
said
why
as
is it a
women.
point? It's the point that a woman points out, oh, us as women, we have to go
Yeah,
in survival mode. But
y'all make
shit,
y'all
ain't
want to be
we?
acknowledged for
In
it.
my mind, I thought we were
You do have to
all in
acknowledge
survival
because
mode.
y'all don't acknowledge a lot of stuff that women go through, and then we have to really sit and remind y'all what we go through. Because
Absolutely. We're
y'all
working
tell us
outside the
every day
home.
we are men, we do this, we don't
Yeah.
Right.
have
Hey, all
nobody
right. So,
confident in our feelings. They don't ask us what's wrong with us. At the end of the day, that it goes both ways.
hey,
Y'all want to
listen.
be acknowledged for the things that y'all been you just validated yourselves and said we always been in survival mode, but we
No,
never
but I
said
was
y'all wasn't.
all right. So what would be the point in saying as a woman we had to go into survival mode? What's
Because
the
I was
what's the
making a
basis
point
behind
of
that? If
we
all of us
do.
ain't grow up with like silver spoons in our mouth, and all of us had to fight for what we had, why is because you rarely hear a man say, "Oh yeah, I had to go into survival mode for my family." Because for most part, I mean, I'm just saying, like, why do women?
Because we want to be a girl's girl. We don't always want to take on the responsibility of what a man should be doing. Have if we have a man in our life, that's the whole point of us wanting a man.
Okay,
So
so
we
let me
don't
ask a
have to
question.
be in survival mode to
So
take
let me
care of
ask a
ourselves in
question.
the house. Uh-huh.
Let me ask a question, just so we clear, because we from like one thing I have learned in the recent past too, like people from the urban community, like how we talk and things that we say, some people might don't get it. So I don't want you to feel like I'm bombarding you, but just so a couple of the people in the back could understand, when you say, damn, what was it that she just said? Oh, take on a man's role. I kind of want you to name a couple things that a woman who have kids, I would say, because I guess if you're a single woman and you're living your life as a single woman, how are you taking on a man's role when you don't have like a man there? You know what I'm saying? So give me like one example that, or however many you want, an example of what you call taking on a man's role.
Or what do
Protection.
you feel like a man's role is?
Protection. So here's an
From
example: going to bed at nighttime. If you're a woman in a house with children, protection. So as a woman, I have to get up, make sure the front door is locked, back door is locked, garage is locked, alarm armed, and my beauty and her piece is on deck in case somebody decides to violate, right? If there was a man in my household, I would shower, put on my lotion, and go to bed.
Hey, but
And
wait,
don't have
okay,
to worry
think
about the
about your
extra
daughter
stuff
real
because
quick.
all that
okay.
extra stuff
So
gonna
What
be
if you
taken care of
forget?
by the man.
boom. So you brought up protection and you just gave a list of things that you had to do,
Hmm.
right?
Yes.
That would be ideal if that man was in that home with you at that time of night whenever you all decided to shut it down. But what do you do if that man, y'all have to work different shifts
I agree.
and that man has to work overnight or he gets off super late at night?
I agree.
And let's just say he does get off at 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. Okay, yes, before I come upstairs and lay down, take a shower, lay down in the bed with my woman, I ensure that the house is locked up, everything's locked, this, that, and everything is safe. But in the situation where that person is not home, is that still a man's role to do when he is not there? Because in the circumstances that you're speaking
He's
of
physically there.
No, but
physically there.
the thing is, no, if he's not actually there, let's say he's off to work and we shutting the house down. No, of course that's gonna be something that we do, and he probably gonna call and say, "Hey, you make sure you lock them doors.
That's it. That's
Make sure
it.
you check that back door." You know, he gonna make sure I'm doing what he normally does and make sure I do it right. So I mean, it's a
Okay,
Oh,
so
okay. Hold
to,
on 1 minute, Lynn. So let's just say you have a young boy, for example. I have a son that's 10. These are things that I have to
Scoot over
instill in
so you
him
don't
at a
fall off.
young age. Hey, before you get in bed, make sure the door is locked because you want to get into a repetitive cycle as a young man that these are the things that you do to protect your house.
Hmm.
But what happens if, for example, Tamika has a daughter? Is so would that still be a man's, in quote unquote, what we just said, a man's role if he is not there? How does that make it a man's, specifically a man's role?
It's not that we
Chris,
making it a man's
right.
role. I'm gonna let you talk to Mika too. I'm sorry, but it's not really making it a man's role. But it is certain things, honestly, that y'all expect for women to do and we expect for men to do.
Hey,
It's just
hold
the
on, Dewan.
expectation. It's not an actual rule or nothing in the. somewhere written down in the book of life that says, oh, men's supposed to take out the garbage. Men are supposed to do this. It's certain things that men are supposed to do and certain things that women are supposed to do because of how society has brought us up to be.
Okay, so hold on.
boy.
We fired up right now. So Tamika has something to say.
Yeah, go ahead, Tamika.
Lamont has something
I got
to
something
say.
to say. Go
And
ahead.
then I'm about to pull out the shotgun.
Uh-oh. So I was gonna say to Chris, if the man is not physically there, in his role as my provider and protector, he's still gonna pick up the phone and call, like Dewana said, and say, babe, you good? Is that done? Because that's part of his role as a man. Even though he's not physically there to protect me, he's gonna make sure I'm good. Maybe I was tired with the kids after feeding everybody, doing the laundry, cleaning the house, going to work. He still is not just gonna say, oh, well, my family's going to bed. I'm out here on the road. Maybe he's a trucker. He's out on the road. Maybe he's working in another state. He still will have that sense of obligation that I need to do or provide whatever protection I can where
And
I
he's gonna tell
am.
me how to do it. He's gonna make sure it's done.
Exactly. He gonna check the cameras remotely. He's gonna say, hey, babe, I just want to make sure you didn't fall asleep before doing XYZ because I want to make sure you are good. That's what a real man does.
Hey, and I agree with you on that, Tawana. But look, everybody that's watching this channel, as y'all can see, it get more intense by the week. So, hey, man, make sure that y'all send this to everybody and make sure that they watch this, and so that we can grow the platform. But my thing, what I want to say, a lot of y'all women, when you hear the question of what are you bringing to the table, y'all take that so much out of content and y'all create your own narrative to it. So my honest opinion, when women hear that, I feel like some women take that as a challenge. Oh, this motherfucker say I ain't got nothing. This person say I ain't gonna do this. This person says that. But pretty much,
I think so too.
So for my honest opinion, if I was right now at in the space that I'm in my life right now, when I ask a woman, what are you bringing to the table? Listen, I do me, I do all of that. Like when I ask a woman,
I don't like that question.
Like what do you bring to the table? Like I look for answers such as emotional safety. When I'm down, you're gonna keep me up. That's one. Emotional safety. Peace. I really did not learn what peace was until I started living alone.
Right.
I really did. So respect. Every woman treats their men different. You know what I'm saying? Some things a woman may do, she might not feel that it's disrespectful, but I might do. So I need her to understand my respect level, and the support. If I tell her I want to be a dog shit scooper, she needs to be patting me on my back. Go ahead, babe. What else do you need?
I bought you a new scooper today.
What? You see, that's why I don't like that, because y'all contradicted yourself from the last time we spoke. But I ain't gonna go there. That was a couple of weeks ago. I'm just gonna leave it there.
I haven't said anything.
But how do we contradict ourselves?
Nothing. Don't worry about it.
A woman can't give you peace. Peace is internal.
Yeah.
She can keep
Peace
my
is
peace.
internal.
I don't want to come home from work all day and she up there mad because I ain't call her all day.
Well, that's Lamont personal
That's
feelings.
that's
if he meets a woman and that's what he presents,
exactly.
she either got to get with it or don't.
Exactly.
The thing what I'm about to get on y'all two about is y'all said a woman have to get in a man's role, and y'all mentioning locking the door.
Yeah.
That was just one example, sir.
Hold on. I'm gonna give you a chance to give another one. I don't have a problem with that. But see, that to me, anybody can do that, because you might have a man, he big and he can't fight.
He's soft.
So it's like listen, you go to the movies, right? It's 2 men and 2 women, right? One woman skipped the lady in line on the butter for the popcorn. Hey, excuse me. I was here first, and the man might come and say, hey, yeah, she was there first. Boy, you better sit your ass. Somebody got to lose the fight. Am I right or am I wrong?
Man.
Somebody is going to lose the fight. So physical warrior type stuff, we have to be careful when we ask for that, because a nigga who is
Damn, y'all.
a nigga who is semi-tough, a nigga who could protect the house, You can't get mad at him when he tell the kid, "Hey, boy, you better sit
But
your
that's
ass
just
down,
one.
boy.
That's
Stop
just
playing
one.
with me, boy." So if you saying lock the doors, I just need another example because it's niggas who soft and they gonna lock the door.
Look like the door. Somebody
And they gonna be in the car. As soon as they kick the door and they gonna be in the bed. Babe, where's the gun?
Go out there, where's
That's not a man, Smoke.
Okay,
It's
so
not
this,
in there.
this,
Well,
okay,
you
fine, this is
can't
one
really
of my
say that
preferences.
because
This,
that man who's soft gonna live a long time.
I'm trying to tell you.
I mean, I agree, but if protection and I like that. I ain't saying I agree or disagree with it, but every man is not able.
See, that's what I'm saying. Because first of all, if I know my man's soft, because some of us know if our man can fight if he's soft.
Okay,
If he's soft, I ain't gonna put my man in a position where
Exactly.
he got to fight for me and he get his ass whooped in
okay,
front of
so
me.
if he broke, if he broke,
So you
I'm
gonna
afraid
sit
of the
and tell me
dark.
if he's broke,
I'm
you
afraid
not
of
willing
the
to
dark.
work
You
on
want
it?
me to walk around this big old house and go lock all the doors and all the windows. What happened if
But
I look
that's
out
not
the
even the
window and I
only
see another
example.
face at the other side of the window?
Man,
Right.
don't if you see another
Hey,
face on
hold
the
on.
side of the window, don't call me talk about, babe, come look. Hell no, I'm not coming to look with you, nigga.
Hey, so hold on. Everybody
You gotta
give me
take
one
one for the
chance.
family.
Hey, so everybody give me one chance. So what we were just talking about, right? So you telling me if you know your man's soft, right?
you gonna keep him out the mix.
You gonna keep him out the mix, right?
Yeah, I ain't gonna put him in
Right.
harm's way.
So
Cause now I got to
one
fight it.
thing
How your woman
if
gonna
you
be
go-
harder than you?
wait, if you gonna keep him out of the mix, it goes back to the question that Smoke asked. If you got it, you know you can take care of the household. You can hold a household down. And you're not doing it because he ain't got his shit together, but you telling me you're gonna protect him because he's soft.
Yeah, so now it just leads me to think, what is
Yeah.
an official man role?
Yeah.
Now,
No,
That was gonna
listen,
be my
that's what I
question.
just said. It's no official man role. That's why I said. But I'm gonna tell you. Okay, let me just put it like this, because maybe women should.
but hold
Women
on.
should do it
1
like
second.
this.
Just let me prove. I'm just giving my reasoning for asking this. I'm asking that because you said women have to get into a man's role. So for men that's listening or people who never had this conversation ever in their life, I just want to point out a few specific male roles that you would get in a relationship with the man for because he can handle this.
Let me
Well,
say.
Smoke, you're married. Lamont, you were married. Or
Understand where I'm coming
what do
from.
you
Like
all
I
think is
said,
a man's role?
that was just one example.
Okay, well,
I'll
Can you
go
hear me? Stop
next.
calling me.
I am married, and see that's
I
the
can't
thing.
hear y'all.
Oh, you can't hear us? Check. You can hear us? I don't know if
She
that's
might
helpful.